Well, good morning, and very last day in Las Vegas, and it's about 4:30 in the morning.
It's actually 5:15.
5:15. It feels
Bit
like
late.
feels like 4:30 in the morning.
Bit late.
Got up a bit late. We're going up to see the sunrise. We found a place to do it, and hopefully we'll make it in time. Let's see what happens.
We're Mark and V. Come with us. Let's adventure together. Now, V had found information on this hike from a website called hikingguy.com. It gives you really extensive details. So the first thing we did is we got an Uber to the car park that he mentions on his webpage. I think if I remember correctly, it took about half an hour, maybe just over, to get from our hotel, which was the Luxor. So not too bad really, and I think it was about $30. Now the website has really good maps. One thing I do recommend is you bring a really good torch. But as you start going up, you'll notice someone has kindly painted arrows all the way up. Now, we struggled a little bit in places. The rocks were quite sharp, so you could wear really good shoes. And I think in hindsight, a pair of gloves would be a good thing as well. Because as I said, the rocks are quite sharp. It took us, I would say, probably a little over half an hour, maybe 3/4 of an hour to climb to the top. It was quite hard going in places, and we were down on all fours. But saying that, we did get up there. And as we reached the top, you get this amazing view, and it just looks right out over Las Vegas, right over the strip. And we just sat there and enjoyed. So why don't you do the same? Just enjoy the sunrise.
Well, what did you think of that? I mean, that was pretty damn amazing, wasn't it? I mean, God, it was cold, really, really cold. It was certainly worth it. If you're going to come up here, we'll link down below. Sorry, just getting up and got stiff on it. We'll link down below the guide we found that shows you where to come up and how to get up here. And you can see all the arrows as we're coming up. Now we're going to go down. It's bitterly cold now.
That does it free of charge, so you can leave the paper out donation, which we'll do later on, because it's a great little guide. We've never found it otherwise.
Yeah. Oh dear. So you're just got to be very careful coming back down as well, because the stones are very much like little marbles. So take your time, don't hurt yourself. Yeah. You can see that, just take it very, very carefully as you're going down. You didn't see it as we're coming up because it was dark. There's one of the arrows, and you can look up, you can see another arrow just up there, and someone has kindly painted the arrows all the way up so you can follow them. And the more you look, See it go up. You can see the route, and you can almost pick out all the arrows going all the way up. You can see the couple we were with earlier, up there, and then just down there now. So it don't take too long to get down. Of course, one thing I've not factored into, or we've not factored into this, is how easy is it going to be to get an Uber on the way back. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Yeah, I'm sure. The worst thing is I'm breaking my neck for a pee. Well, lots of people over there, look.
The might freeze as this coming out.
It might freeze as it comes out, yeah.
It's an icicles, Mark.
And you can see the path up there we've just come down. And in the daylight, Steve was just saying, it is fairly obvious. But obviously in the dark, you know, you can go off any which way. And these arrows, you know, bring a torch and they just light up and you can just see where you got to go. And you can see one up ahead a little bit further, and it just makes it so much easier. The sun's starting to hit down there. It won't be long before the sun's right up.
Ask if anybody's watching who painted the arrows going up, could they please come and paint them coming down? I could have done this in my flip-flops, you know?
I don't think so.
Yeah, on your house, job here. What it is for me.
Sorry, looking back up, it's quite steep. You don't realise quite how steep it is. And this is probably harder, this bit, than the top bit. Still got a little way to go. But we're doing it, we're slowly getting there.
I'll do a whole lot of like the home just shaded by this mountain the whole time. Oh, really wet here.
Tress, look how wet that area is.
Yeah,
Could be running down like a natural spring or something under the... When you come up, if you're looking for the arrows, they actually don't start until you get to that point there, that sort of rock formation. I'm looking around, I can't see any further down. Can't say I noticed them coming up, so you're going to have to come up a little bit. You can see down the bottom there.
A ridge that follows the end of that bit of road there.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can actually see the end of the road. You can see a ridge. It comes around, and you sort of follow up. And that's the point where you've got to sort of follow. But obviously when you're in the dark, it's going to be totally different. Well, that's us down on the easy bit again. V, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel really pleased that we did it. It's well, it's only a small climb, but you know, not exactly the fittest person in the world, so it's a bit of a challenge. But yeah, it's well worth it. Do it if you come to Vegas, definitely.
Yeah. There's actually quite a few things to do in Vegas that are not on the strip. That bike ride. Helicopter tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much in and around Vegas. It's not just about the strip. Don't get me wrong, the strip's great. It's, you know, it's fun, it's fabulous and all that, but great to see the out. You know, that's where people live out here. You know?
Yeah, real life.
This is their back garden.
Yeah.
Like. You know, it's amazing, really. To live here would be fantastic. And when we were at the top, I was looking around, there's some amazing properties when you look down from the top on the other side. Not so much this side, but the other side. Stunning properties.
We've been told last night, weren't we, that a lot of people come to Las Vegas to get divorced and then had to sign something to say they'd live here.
Yeah, so I don't know if it still applies now, but it's always known as the place to come and get married. But later on, it was later known as the place to get divorced, because apparently they always try and think of new ways of bringing money into Vegas. So to get divorced in Vegas, whether that's true now, but it was, you had to be a resident for 6 weeks. So people would come here for 6 weeks, sign a piece of paper to say they intended to stay, and that was it. They could get divorced. So it was known as the Quickie Divorce City. So it takes 6 weeks to get divorced.
A really interesting fact.
And Mark's really lucky we're only here for 6 days.
It's not very nice, is it? Right, so the very final sort of stage of this for you people who want to do this and get your own transport is to get an Uber back. So V's just getting an Uber sorted. So let's see how long we have to wait. Just waiting for our driver to pick up. And while she's doing that, I'm just going to show you the mountain. Doesn't look that high when you're down here, does it? Still waiting.
Just finding drivers. It's about £30 to get out here
Right.
with an Uber, but it's a fair drive. It's
Yeah.
about 35 minutes from the city, so I think if we were coming back, we would probably hire a car.
Yes.
3 days.
Yes,
and
I
then
do.
all these
Yeah.
things that are right out of the city, you can't use the bus and whatever for. I think we would, time again, we would definitely hire a car for a few days. You can hire quite a cheap car for about $50 or $60 a day. And obviously coming out here and back is paid for the car.
Yeah, it's very true, yeah.
We didn't, so,
Lesson learned.
but yeah.
And we normally do hire cars, don't we? We're normally pretty good at hiring,
Yeah,
so
I think
yeah.
no problems driving. Obviously it's on the right hand side. You may want to avoid the highway if you don't want to go that fast. That's quite easy to do because you can get up here on Charleston Avenue all the way. You don't need to go on the highway, but you just have to factor in an extra 15 minutes on every drive for the traffic lights.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's what I would do. I'd have a car. So you can see some people walking back over here. There's more climbs if you want to do a better climb. And obviously a fantastic view just down here.
Yeah, well, you could walk, I reckon, just down there a bit. You can see the sunrise over the strip anyway. We're walking
6 minutes for the drive.
6 minutes?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, you can't complain about that, can you? 6 minutes all the way out here to get an Uber. Wandering down a road a little bit just to get into the sunshine and warm up a bit. And we've noticed, obviously you can see the strip there now. If you didn't want to do the climb, if you don't think you're able to do the climb, but you still wanted to come up and see the sunrise, there's a path going all the way around. So maybe you'd be able to go round the far outside there and just watch it from there.
Yeah, because obviously from here, the sun's high at the moment, so you'd have to go a bit further around to see it.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I think you'd probably do it.
Yeah, I think that would be the sort of easy way to see it.
Unfortunately, we don't have another morning to show you.
Yeah, that's it. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to head back to the hotel. We've got to pack our bags and then we're going to shoot out again. There's a car museum we got told about. Was it Kent Customs?
Yes, I think so.
Kent Customs. Apparently he's got a TV show, but you can go down and he's got a little museum there, so you can have a look around his museum. Everybody's talking about In-N-Out burgers, so it's some sort of crazy thing, the best thing ever.
It's the West Coast equivalent to Five Guys. Five Guys is on the East Coast apparently,
Right.
and In-N-Out Burgers is on the West Coast. So, and as Americans are famously known for loving their burgers.
Yeah. But everybody we've talked to has said about this In-N-Out burger, so we think we're going to go for one for dinner.
So if we don't like it, Alex, we're going to blame you.
Yes. Yeah, you know who you are. And after that, there's a little bit of shopping we want to do, and then it'll be back to the airport.
Well, we've got 2 hours. We're going to try and save for the family this afternoon, just to chill and have a coffee with them, say goodbye. So surprising how quickly 2 hours will go. And we didn't see them at all yesterday because some people had hangovers, and obviously we went out for the Red Rock Canyon. So it'd be nice to see them for a couple of hours before we go, because it'll be a long time before we see some of them again.
Yes, very much so. That's the reason we actually came to Vegas, is for a family wedding. We didn't just come out here, just
All this other
buy a
stuff's been a
ticket.
massive bonus, and we've really, really enjoyed Vegas. Met some wonderful people. Some of like my cousin's family, so on his father's side. So not blood relatives, but they've welcomed us with open arms, and their friends. It's been really lovely. people we've met on the strip. Yeah, just
We
everyone.
haven't had a bad experience, have we, with
No,
people?
not at all. I think it's been really nice. People are generally really friendly and helpful. Can't do enough for you. Yeah, loving it.
I think our Uber is just arriving.